Tyler the Creator is one of the best artists of our generation. All the way back from his early days in Odd Future, all the way to now where he is a legit superstar off the success of records like Igor and Call Me If You Get Lost, Tyler has had one of the most fulfilling and exciting artistic journeys of any rapper of this decade. Today, we'll be looking at Tyler's entire journey so far as we look at his catalog of music and rank his records to find out just how good his discography truly is. Let's waste no time and let's get right into it. Kicking off this ranking, we're going to be looking at the record that started it all in 2009's B-Word. Yeah, I'm going to be calling this record B-Word because I'm not trying to get this video flagged by YouTube, but released on Christmas Day 2009, this was the first record we ever got from Tyler, and if one thing is clear about this project, it's that he had loads of potential from the very start. From the horrifying atmosphere that this record conveys so well, to Tyler's psychotic sense of humor which is on display from the very beginning of this project, this record does a really good job at showing us how good Tyler's ability to musically world build is. Even when things on this project sound unrefined or even too disturbing, you can appreciate the effort and thought that Tyler was putting into his ideas at this time. Just from the interplay between Tyler and his therapist, you see his ability to create complex narratives, and this creates a sense of interconnectedness to the entire experience. For all this record showcases us about Tyler, and for all of the great moments, including the self-titled track, and even the introduction of an MC of a legend like Earl Sweatshirt, B-Word will be going all the way in the C tier, which is a very solid place to be, and it's a very solid place to start your career. Next up, we have Tyler's debut studio album, Goblin, and while this record was a success in terms of putting Tyler into the role as the disruptor in the music industry and really establishing a fan base and a place in the market for him, I don't think it has aged as well as B-Word. Now, the highlights on this record are really good. Yonkers and She still sound really clean, and they're definitely some of his best cuts from this entire era, but as a whole, Goblin as an experience, it just falls a little too flat for me. Whether the jokes don't land, or they feel like they've gone just a little too far, a lot of Goblin's charm has seemed to vanish over the years, as it feels like just a safer version of his last project a lot of the time. Overall, Goblin does have the highest highs from Tyler's early career, but I don't really think it shows any exponential improvement, and for all those reasons, I'm going to be putting it in the D tier. Next up, we got Tyler's sophomore album, Wolf, and this album really changed everything for the California rapper's career. Was Tyler still controversial and abrasive to mainstream audiences on this record? Well, yes. But did Tyler take a major leap forward, showing the world that he can be an all-time great artist? Well, yeah, he did just that. From the production on this record, which captures this glitchy sound so well, to his performance, which has classic moments of Tyler humor in tracks like Damo 23, but are also really emotional with heartbreakers like Answer and IFHY, Wolf is an album that embodies both Tyler the Creator as the iconic internet personality, but also as a person, and a person with many layers and complexities and flaws. We understand his trauma on this record, we see his emotional scars, and by Tyler revealing to us these layers in his personal life, even the raunchy tracks feel like they have more context to them, as we know how Tyler uses his sense of humor to compensate for his pain. Overall, Wolf is a fantastic record, and one that shows Tyler on the brink of becoming a legend in the music industry. For all of the reasons I have said, I am going to be putting Wolf all the way up in the A tier, so you see this significant improvement, and Tyler's only going to continue to flesh out his artistic arsenal from here. The next record we are going to be looking at is Tyler's third album, Cherry Bomb. Released 2 years after Wolf in 2015, this project was seen as a disappointment when it first dropped due to its experimental nature, but as time has went on, people have understood the vision Tyler was going for more, and it has become a lot more appreciated by fans, and this is a great thing. The risk-taking on Cherry Bomb is what makes it such a unique and such a captivating experience. Sonically, Tyler is in his most abrasive form, creating instrumentals that are a lot more layered and intricate, but also ones that feel a lot more unrefined and muddy. Take a track like Death Camp, for example. The unhinged and unpolished nature of this beat can make certain aspects of it feel unfulfilling, but this also allows for the intensity in Tyler's vocals to hit as hard and as ferociously as they do. In the grand scheme of this record, I feel like this issue is a minor one compared to all it does right. When this album is not capturing Tyler in these insanely ambitious, Yeezus like moments, we see him expanding out into these salter alternative anthems which continue to further flesh out his arsenal as a producer, vocalist, and visionary. Songs like Find Your Wings and Two Seater really show this well, and it's clear that the success of these risks would play an even greater role in projects that would come out later. With all of this and career highlights like the Kanye West and Lil Wayne team up with Smuckers and the amazing outro in Okaga CA, I am going to be putting Cherry Bomb all the way up in the B tier. Next up, we got Flower Boy, and wow, this record changed everything for Tyler the Creator. From the vibrant production that made this record sound like it was the birth of something new, to Tyler's introspective lyrics diving into such topics around self-reflection and even his own sexuality. This record is Tyler's most personal album, and it's his most empowering. Everything we have seen both musically and narratively to this point in his career has caught up to him, and we are left watching Tyler pick up the pieces of his life. From issues that come along with a lifestyle centered around wealth and image to revealing the truth about us of who he is at heart. Flower Boy is one of the most healing records of the 2010s because it changes the way we see Tyler the Creator, and it makes us look at him in a completely different way. In a sense, it almost feels like the gradual evolution of what we saw on Wolf. Tyler really let us see him for who he truly is at that point, but now we get to see that so much deeper, and we get to see it in a so much more profound manner. The bright but cloudy atmosphere of this project is masterfully built through Tyler's soft but intricate production, reflective subject matter, and really well-placed features from artists including Frank Ocean, Steve Lacy, A$AP Rocky, Kali Uchis, and Lil Wayne. I mean, we do not talk about how stacked Flower Boy is in terms of the features, but it really is a really nice experience in terms of the star power. And another thing that I love, and this can go for all Tyler records, is that the features are never the selling point of the track, but they manage to add these really memorable performances without ever stepping into the spotlight. They almost feel like a piece of the instrumental or a piece of supplemental material to the overall layers of the song, but they just never get in the way, and that really speaks to Tyler's ability to make music. All in all, Flower Boy is a turning point in both the career and personal life of Tyler the Creator. Due to this record's pristine sound and array of highlights including classics like See You Again, 911 Mr. Lonely, and Who Dat Boy, this record brought Tyler into an even more prominent place of fame, and in the bigger picture of it all, Tyler's vulnerability and emotional honesty on tracks like Garden Shed and November show us who he really is at heart, and by revealing his truth, Flower Boy becomes an ever-empowering experience that anyone can gain courage from listening to. For all of the reasons I have said, I'm going to be putting Flower Boy all the way up, not the A tier, but the S tier. So Tyler has hit that highest mark. He has reached the highest bar of quality that an artist can. The question is, can he keep that up? Following Flower Boy, Tyler gave us his 2019 record Igor, and everything that Flower Boy set up, Tyler ran with and gave us one of the most creative albums of the 2010s. I really love this record, as you'll see. From the sound of this project, which incorporated soul, R&B, funk, and fused it all together with hip-hop, to the narrative on this project, which goes into the darker side of love, Tyler delivers us a record that is perfect both in terms of sound and storytelling. From start to finish, Igor works like a well-oiled machine, with the album running as a perfect loop of emotions and sonic mastery. From the soundscape which evolves to show the dreaminess of a new love, the frustration of a broken one, and the lament of denial, to the performances which contain such unique uses of Tyler's voice as he dabbles between singing and rapping, everything on this project just adds and contributes to the narrative so well. Everything feels so purposeful, and that makes for each one of the songs to feel like a moment in itself. Each track is filled with their own tone changes, bridges, and surprise features from guests like Lil Uzi, Playboi Carti, and Kanye West, and every single feature, just like on Flower Boy, plays to the track in this way where they don't even feel like an inherent feature. They feel like part of the instrumental. They just feel like a layer in the experience, but the performances are so fulfilling and so rewarding. I mean, look at what Tyler made Lil Uzi do on Igor's theme. Has there ever been a more astounding performance from Uzi in his career? Has there ever been a feature that he's done where you don't even know that it's Uzi at first, and when you realize it's him, it's even more beautiful to see just how far he pushed himself to be able to culminate into Tyler's vision. All in all, I can talk about Igor all day, and for all of the reasons I have said, and for many more that I will get into in another breakdown or analysis video in the future, I am going to be putting Igor in the S tier, and I'm even going to be putting it above Flower Boy, as it is that good. As you can see now, exiting the 2010s, Tyler has really rounded himself out with 2 albums in the S tier, 1 in the A, and then a really solid supporting catalog that, even when it's not at its best like in Goblin, it shows an artist who's pushing the boundaries, creating and innovating. Next up, we got Tyler's latest studio album, Call Me If You Get Lost, and after the melodic-driven masterclass that was Igor, he had to do a complete 180 on us, making a full-fledged rap album. From DJ Drama's legendary narration to Tyler's boisterous rhymes about his success, this record is a true victory lap. The flair, the excitement on this album, it's such a fun experience, and even with how crazy it is, Tyler manages to weave in a pretty compelling story about a new love interest through tracks like What's Your Name, Sweet I Thought You Wanted to Dance, and Well Sure. Overall, Call Me If You Get Lost is a textbook example on how to close out an amazing 3-album run, and for all the reasons I have said, I am going to be putting this record in the A tier, and I'll be putting it above Wolf. And finally, we have Tyler's newest collection of tracks, just a small little 8-song deluxe record in The Estate Sale. Now, coming back with new songs from the Call Me If You Get Lost era, Tyler managed to give us new music that is just as good and even better in some instances than the songs from the actual project. From the crazed banger of Stuntman with Vince Staples to the beautifully opulent and luxurious moments like What a Day, which is produced by Madlib, and Heaven to Me, which is produced by Kanye West. This collection of tracks is just amazing, and with the outro track Sorry Not Sorry being the climax to Tyler's entire career to this point, there is no wonder why The Estate Sale is amazing. Now, I have a full review and breakdown on The Estate Sale, which you can check out in the description, and you should check that out if you want to know my thoughts further, but for all purposes here, I'm going to be putting The Estate Sale in the A tier, but I'm going to be putting it behind Wolf and Call Me If You Get Lost. So there you have it. There is my ranking of Tyler, the Creator's discography. Now, this is definitely a smaller one, but he has really built a strong catalog so far, and I am really excited to see what he does next. I mean, in all honesty, after The Estate Sale, after Call Me If You Get Lost, I think Tyler is preparing for something big, something we are not ready for, and I could really see him have another album in the S tier, and maybe one that's better than Flower Boy, maybe one that's better than Igor if we're really lucky. Now, thank you all for watching. Your support means everything. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to Fantastic Hip Hop. We have a ton of bangers. We have a ton of great content on the way that you do not want to miss. Be sure to hit that like button. It helps the channel out a ton. And be sure to let me know your thoughts on my ranking of Tyler's discography. Was I too harsh? Was I too generous? Please let me know, and let's have a good discussion in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. You're the best, Have a great day. Mr. Fantastic, Fantastic Hip Hop, signing out.